Boy, you know what time it is.
Welcome to the Bromigos podcast.
I need it!
Hey, how are you?
This is amazing.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Bromigos podcast. We got three of us in the stew today. Of course, starting off, it's your undercover brother.
It's the Hoochieman holding it down as always.
You already know it's your boy Daint. What's popping with y'all, dog?
The Daint money that is may or may not be a little bit inebriated for this show.
And I'm fine. Listen,
You good? Are you sure you're good?
no, I'm good because this story I got for you right now, some of the craziest shit I ever heard. So I'm scrolling through Instagram, and I just see diarrhea, and I'm like, what? Diarrhea? Ugh, God, gross. So basically, there was this Delta flight that was going from Barcelona from Atlanta, right? And somebody on the flight had a medical emergency, walking down the aisle, and had explosive projectile diarrhea. The diarrhea splattered down the aisle of the airplane. People could smell it. They could taste it in the air. And they used some like vanilla like air freshener or whatever. And one person said they sprayed the vanilla. It just smelled like vanilla shit. And
Yo, man.
I was like, they had to turn the plane around because it was like a biohazard. I mean, there was literally shit everywhere. It was all down the aisle. It was on the seats. I mean, I wish someone had video footage of this. If
Hold
airplanes
on.
had security cameras, man.
Hold on.
Oh
You mean to
God.
tell me someone took a video of a fucking dime piece yelling, "That motherfucker isn't real," and then somehow they don't have a video of someone shitting their pants?
Well, I mean, you know what?
Down the aisle.
It was 2 hours into the flight too. They had to turn around. First of all, they were 2 hours delayed to get onto the flight.
Oh God.
Then they were already 2 hours into the flight. They had to turn right back around. Everybody had to get off. Just burn the plane. Just blow it up. Blow it up.
It's
Blow
funny.
it up. Literally blow it
Before
up.
you came
Twice.
into the stew, Hunter and I were just talking about this particular particular story. Excuse me, Hunter. Do you have anything else that you wanted to add to that? Before Dante came in.
I was just gonna say I only saw the video of it, like the person leaving the plane, like people leaving the plane, and then you see just seats, rows, and then in between the rows you can see just like a long pile of shit just in the walkway. And then
there is a video of this somewhere, is what you're saying.
not of the person like running
But
through
of
with
the
explosive
shit.
Yeah,
But you can see like there's like literally dookie all over the floor on the aisle. It's like there's like brown paper towels with like this thick fudgy chocolate cake stuff, just all over the place. It's like someone's dog was running and just shitting all over the goddamn place.
Where was
It's
this flight
true.
coming from?
it was going to
Atlanta.
Barcelona.
It was going to Barcelona, but it was coming from Atlanta. Jackson Hatfield, wherever the fuck it is, Hatfield, whatever. Yeah, it's crazy,
What the
man.
fuck did they eat? Bro, what the fuck?
That's
did they
crazy
eat in
though.
Atlanta?
Like,
That's crazy.
my thing is, like, was he just was the person just walking down the aisle with their pants down and in doggy style and just
Oh, that should probably went right down their pant leg.
pants or something?
You got to throw out the pants. You got to throw out the underwear first off, and the shoes, the socks. You got to get rid of everything.
Dog. Just amputate the leg. Just cut them off. Cut them off. You know what I'm saying?
Could you
World War
imagine?
II,
I wish we had this person's identity because I can only imagine the
Oh
shame
no,
this
absolutely
person would
not.
feel.
No, that's terrible. No.
They need
Listen,
to stay unidentified.
Can you imagine being related to this person and their name came out? Imagine if that was your mom or your sister.
Imagine being the
your
person
dad.
sitting next to that person on the flight, and they're like, "Oh, why the fuck's there shit on my seat? And you
Or-
look
or-
down the
or-
aisle,
or
and then
when
they
they
just
get up. When
you
they get
look
up,
down the aisle, she's
Yeah,
running,
man.
she's making a boot, she's making a beeline for the bathroom, and there's just shit coming out. You're just, oh my god.
or she like gets up, turns around, is like, oh my god, I gotta tie my
Like-
shoe. It's like,
like,
oh, your face.
Yo, that's
Oh
wild.
my God.
That's
Very
wild.
glad there were no
Wow,
kids
snap,
involved in that.
snap.
What if there was a kid in the aisle and she had to make a beeline for it?
That kid is just getting fucking covered, man.
She's trucking him like
Oh.
Barry Sanders. Face first in the shit.
Oh my god, terrible.
Baby wipe. Yeah. Yeah,
Need
it's
more than baby wipes for that.
I mean, yeah, I mean, just looking at that video, it's so gross. It's so nasty.
I don't even know if we even want to show it. Do we want to
It's
show
not,
it?
it's not that bad, but I don't want to show that. That's
I don't
just-
think I
don't
want
wanna
to
show
see
it.
that. I think I might puke if I see that, to be honest
Yeah,
with you.
bro.
So about that, apparently it took like 5 hours to clean the plane. That long.
Ima-
Yeah, what if someone had like a wedding to get to in Barcelona and they missed the shit because of shit?
Terrible. Oh my god. Yo, that person's gonna be that person's the enemy of that entire flight now. Because you said they were two hours into the flight. Then they had to turn around. That's 2 hours back. So now it's 2 hours of them smelling all that shit as it's happening.
I mean, you can't crack a window open.
You can't crack a window open, obviously. Then they got to clean the plane for yeah, man. What a fucking horrible vacation that.
You just
start
gotta
the vacation.
inhale. You just gotta inhale.
I mean, after a while, you get used to the smell.
I don't think anybody's gonna get used to that smell.
I mean, no one's gonna
Depends
get
on
used to
how
the
strong
smell,
it is.
but I mean, food on the airplane is kind of expensive, so at least get flavored air. So
Anyhow, moving on from the topic. So a couple of us had a pretty eventful weekend to start Labor Day weekend this past week. And whoo-wee. You want to start with this, or do you want me to start this, Dante?
I'm just gonna put a disclaimer out there. Okay, Matt's a little bit more excited about this than I am. This is just another weekend for me. Matt had a great time. Okay, so he's souped. He's souped right now. Okay, Matt, you don't have to lie. You're souped. I know you're souped. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But Friday we was out there, Brunswick. Have a good time. You know what I'm saying? We was out there in Rutgers, doing the thing, doing the deeds. It was a good time though. Saw some Rutgers basketball players, saw some old homies. I always love going out there because I always see the old homies. I'll see the homies, you know what I'm saying? People from high school I ain't seen in a minute, give them some love. But drank a lot of alcohol. Whew, had a whole lot of rum, a lot of tequila. Yeah, it was a great time. But that was the first time I'd ever been to Brunswick, and I had an issue. The issue.
Okay.
There was some dude. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay. There was this, hippie Jesus looking motherfucker with glasses that just kept following us to each bar we went to. And I'm like, who the fuck
Now,
is this
we
dude?
went to
He
two
was
bars.
standing-
We went to
Yeah,
Scarlet
he was-
Pub
he was-
first, and then we went to Huey's, I think, or did we go somewhere else?
And then we went to Huey's and we went back. But still, we was at Huey's. The dude was standing like right behind me. He had a drink in his hand like this. Just looking.
I'm creeped out now just looking at this.
Just
He
looking
was
around,
Full disclosure for Hunter, because he wasn't there. That's exactly what he looked like. He just was
Hippie
doing
dude.
this. He was doing this,
Yeah.
not talking to nobody. He wasn't with nobody, as far as I saw. He's just
He
standing
was just
there.
needing a friend, I guess.
No, because there's no way he was with a friend, because
No, I said he needed a friend, I guess.
he needed a friend. Well, for some reason, he kept fucking following us around, because we left Scarlet Pub to go to Huey's. We hung out at Huey's for like a good half hour or so, had some more drinks there. And then this motherfucker's like right behind Dante. Like, I've never seen Dante so physically uncomfortable.
Yeah, he was 2 seconds away from getting donkey kicked. I swear to God. Like, I was ready. I was
Yo.
ready.
I
Hit him with that
Was
hee
this,
haw.
Was this feller on the other side of the sidewalk?
No, he's just weird.
Oh.
He was literally just weird. I mean, we don't want to assume, it's 2023. We can't assume.
I know, but I mean, like, you gotta tell him,
2024 things will change.
Hey, man,
but,
like a few months ago, yeah, that would have been cool, I guess. But it's not June anymore, man. You gotta stay 6 feet back. Go back to COVID times.
Yeah, facts. Give me my 6 feet, dog. That's so comfortable. And then we were at someplace. Then we were in Scarlet Pub again, and these two dudes kept running behind, getting all amped up over the music and everything. Dude was grabbing on my shoulders. He was like, it's all good, bro. It's all good, bro. We having a good time, bro. And I was like, all right, bro, cool. Get off my shoulders, dog. Get off my shoulder. I was so uncomfortable, and like I didn't want to hit him because it's like if I hit him, then I get banned from the bar, and then that ruins my fun. So I gotta be.
Then it ruins our fun because it was you. It
ruins everybody's fun.
Yeah, it was you, me, and my brother who was with us because he goes to Rutgers and he was having a good time. And your boy, Damien, was also with us as well. He came in the second time we went to Scarlet Pub.
That's so racist. His name is David.
Canceled. There you go.
David.
Good job, Matt.
I thought in my defense, I couldn't hear shit that entire night. The music was loud. I'm so tired.
If he was white, would you think his name was Damien? Matt?
No, he would have thought his name was Daryl.
I swear to God, I heard Damien. I thought I heard Damien. I could not hear shit. My ears were ringing.
I'm sure that's what you thought. That's what you thought.
David, heard. I'm sorry, bro. If you listen to this episode, I'm my bad, dog. You're a good dude, brother. But my bad. I thought I heard something else.
Yeah, man.
Anyhow,
that's stop while you're behind. Let's move on.
Stop.
Man. Talk about your night, man. So how fun of a night did you have? Did you have a good time? Did you enjoy it?
Oh, it was a good time, man. Listen.
You should.
I think everybody in this room knows that I needed a night like that after the week I had. But, bro, when we went back to Scarlet Pub, that shit was fucking crowded. We were getting bumped from one end of the bar to the other the entire night. Like, we could not find a spot to post up. It was crazy. And again, like, we were trying to get like some dance circles going around, and then these fucking completely oblivious motherfuckers trying to go through us. Those other guys that you were referencing, the guys that were like going way too crazy. I think they got kicked out at one point, or at least a couple of them got kicked out of the bar at one point. Like, it was rough. It was rough. It was a good time, but it was really fucking rough, man. But
typical Friday night.
Typical Friday night for you. I'll tell you, man, it was funny because when we went to Scarlet Pub the second time, because we had bought each other rounds the entire night. So you asked me, he's like, what do you want? So I thought and this goes to show how much I couldn't hear in defense of me. I said a Yingling, a beer, because that's what I had the first time. And then you end up getting us fucking Jaeger bombs. This man fucking, I go to him, he's like, oh shit, where's the beer? He's like, oh, I got Jaeger bombs. I'm like, you got what now? So that was my first Jaeger bomb, and I just fucking chugged that shit down. That had to have been one of the most repulsive things I've ever had. But you know what? You only live once. So
the first one always sucks. After that, they go down easy because you don't taste it anymore.
Fair. The second time, this one of the drinks that I bought, and this I don't know if this was me being an undercover brother or what. So I bought you, me, and David shots. And what did I?
Oh yeah, yo.
So
Hunter,
hold on. Let me tell the story.
What?
Let me tell the story. I was on something at that point, at that course of the night. I was feeling it, so I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna buy some fucking Henny. I'm gonna buy a round of Henny for the boys. You're like, what's this? I'm like, it's Henny. I'm like, man, you fucking crazy. So we fucking cheers to that. We dropped it back, and I can tell you that might have been the next repulsive thing I've ever put in my body that night. Because god damn, y'all drink this shit. Y'all knowingly drink this shit.
It's not like we're drinking all the goddamn time. But
I know, but like that was repulsive.
I'm not gonna sit here and cap and be like, "Oh, Henny's so good, it tastes amazing." No, it doesn't, but it gets the job done. I mean, look at Bill Cosby.
Yeah, but he needed a little help with the pudding. He needed to put the pudding in the pudding pot, you know?
Bill had the Henny, and put a little something extra in there, mixed it up.
Stop. We are gonna get fucking canceled. Chill.
I'm playing. Nah, but I mean, yeah, I mean, Henny doesn't taste that good at all. It doesn't taste good at all. But the Jaeger bombs were bumping. Okay, I don't want to hear anything about that. The bombs.
I won't shit on the
bumping.
Jaeger bombs because after the fucking Henny, I won't shit on the Jaeger bombs anymore.
I'm telling you, bro, you should have had a real one where you take a shot, drop it in glass, go.
We should have got it at Huey's because Huey's was doing that.
Yeah, that's where I wanted to get it from.
But then they had that fucking creepy dude following us the entire time.
Yeah, man.
And he followed us. Did I mention he followed us back to Scarlet Pub too?
Yeah.
Did I mention that? That
should have stuck him.
When we saw him come through the door, I'm like, this motherfucker. I swear to God, why is he following us? But anyhow, on top of that entire weekend was filled with drinking for me. I had that trip to AC I've been talking about, and that was a good fucking time too. I had met some people from another podcast that I'm a very active member of the community in, and when I tell you this was a fucking party, this was a party. They had like a whole like pool club thing. They had VIP rented out. I didn't have to pay for shit. Drinks were flowing. It was a good fucking time, dude. But I didn't get home until like 5:30 that morning. That
5:30.
That was crazy. I was drinking all night. I was sober towards the end so I could drive, but Jesus, man. I was feeling it. There was way too much alcohol in my system those 48 hours. For real.
You're such a disappointment.
How am I a disappointment? How am I a disappointment?
If Mike were here, he'd say the same thing. Same thing I said.
Mike's not here today, unfortunately. So what do you think Mike would say?
Why didn't you get any bitches? You had the VIP. You didn't pay for anything. You got free drinks all night. That's it. That's what I'm saying, man. That's not proper club play etiquette, man. You gotta know what you got to do.
You know what it'd be like? You'd be like, "Hey, man, listen here, motherfucker. You gotta capitalize on your opportunity. When the time is right, you need to strike. And you didn't strike. You let me down, man. You know what? Jail."
Seriously,
Mike appreciates that fucking that impersonation.
Right? You know how many times I've been to the club and like, these dudes would just leave their sections. They got like big. I've only been in a section once.
Mm-hmm.
Like they'll leave the section, get like 4 or 5 chicks, be like, "Yo, we over here." And they won't be like, "Oh, we have a section." Be like, "Yo, we over here. We got this, we got that." Man. Take all their girls, just go over there. And it's like, damn, what needs the section? Section already gets the free drinks. You know what I'm saying? Pour it all up. Man, you could have been balling that night.
I could have been.
You could have.
It didn't.
You could have felt like all the porn stars you ever interviewed on the 69 whiskey. That's what you could have been. Could have been like all of them. You could have had all of them that night. A bunch of different flavors. Had some Neapolitan ice cream, something, man. You know what I'm saying? Just
respectfully speaking, the talent was slightly better in that club than it was at Brunswick. I will say that much. There wasn't a whole lot of talent that I saw, to be honest.
Obviously, it's different age groups.
That's besides the point. That's age groups, whatever. Besides the point. What I'm saying is that as far as like looks goes, there wasn't that much of a discretion between the two for me. It was an overall, as far as the women go, it was a pretty average night as far as like the other attendees in the club.
You didn't hit.
Couldn't. There was nothing there for me to hit. There was nothing there. But you know what? If anything, I take this as a learning experience for me so that I know what to do the next time I go to the clubs. Because keep in mind, up until those last 2 days, I've never been in the clubs before. Straight up.
Yeah, starting off the AC is terrible. We're gonna get you out one day though. We're gonna take you to one of the spots, show you a good time. You know, maybe I'll send you to a spot in Hoboken so you can really get that experience. You know,
Or if you just want to,
that real
QC's
EDM
performing at
experience.
Noto again. Because if y'all had some Thought Chronicles last time, could you imagine what would happen if I showed up?
Oh no.
I'd still
wouldn't have
fucking
any Thought Chronicles.
no, yeah, because there'd be no bitches around
We'd
the
have-
fucking
we'd
set. Oh my god. But either way, it was still a fun fucking
Dude
weekend, man.
Chronicles.
It was still a fun fucking weekend, man. I appreciate you inviting me out to Brunswick because that was a good time. Shout out Robert Frank for the AC trip because that was also a great time. But we got something else we want to move on to, man. And that is someone who has the receipts for all the people that have been talking shit. Coach Prime, baby. Deion Sanders. Prime time. Dante, you've been very adamant about this particular situation, an
Yes,
individual and team.
Yes, sir.
How would you like to start this off?
Sir. First of all, I want to say, I've been a Colorado fan, since day one of Prime. All right, okay, but it's not that. It's that I've been following Coach Prime since son was in high school. I just love everything Deion Sanders stands for. Is look good, feel good, play good, they pay good. Like I love that. I love that, man. But watching that game the other day, it wasn't surprising to me. I knew this was gonna happen. I called this shit out. I knew it was coming. I knew it was. Everything Deion Sanders touched turns to gold. Everything he touches. Why did San Francisco trade for him? Because they needed a Super Bowl. Why did Dallas trade for him? Because they couldn't beat San Francisco. Why? Because they had Deion, so they got him on another Super Bowl. The dude dominated in 2 sports. He was a great high school coach, great youth coach, great college coach at Jackson State. And then he goes to Colorado, and he does exactly what anybody who knows and understands what he does. We knew this was going to happen. Sports Illustrated had them projected to lose 41-15. 41-15. That was supposed to be the score. Remember, they were like plus 20 underdogs. So it's like, Coach Prime is that guy. He's that man. He is him. Shador Sanders is him. Travis is him. Dylan Edwards, him. Come on, man. A freshman, 4 TDs in his first game. True freshman, not a red shirt. True freshman.
So I saw the clips, the highlights before we recorded today. And let me tell you, that was impressive. All the highlights that I saw in that one little video was really impressive. And I said to myself, if this is how these kids are going to play under Coach Prime, Deion Sanders, bro, they're going to be a problem in the Pac-12, man. They're Pac-12, right, Colorado?
Yeah.
Hunter?
Well, until they realign with the different conferences, but that's in the
that's something down the line. But as of right now, they're in the Pac-12. So holy shit, dude!
They're going to give Caleb Williams and USC a run for their money.
That was like a well-oiled machine I was watching, and that's just a couple of months worth of training. Like he just came onto the program, right? Everybody was talking shit about him coming onto the program. 8 months or so, yeah. It's like, oh, he's going to leave them kids over. What was the other school he was at?
Jackson State. So he's going to leave those kids at Jackson State. Meanwhile, I'm sure a decent amount of them have already moved over to Colorado. Yes, they have.
I was impressed. I didn't catch the game, unfortunately, live, but I was very impressed with what I saw out of the highlight videos I was watching, man. That
I
was
think
crazy.
the first defensive drive and the first offensive drive set the standard. They scored in their first drive and took it straight down the field. And off the kick, they decided they won the coin toss. They decided to defer and kick it. And 1, 2, 3, 4. It was out. Quick.
Yeah. And they beat a fucking team that made it to the championship game earlier this year in January.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a little overrated because they lost all their NFL prospects in the draft, so it's not the same team. But
Not to mention they did
yeah.
lose like 62-7 in the championship.
Yeah, they also got completely destroyed
Yeah,
in the championship game by Georgia. But still, I think the one thing that stood out to me, and I might be misquoting this, so I apologize, but Deion Sanders was saying something along the lines of like, they're afraid of a black man. I think you might have heard the quote. They're afraid of like a black man trying to be out there and represent his team and be who he is. That's what the media outlets are afraid of, which I heard him say something along those lines. I'm paraphrasing, but I sat back and I'm like, God damn, he's kind of right. Because he was catching a lot of flack when he made the move. And now look at him.
Colorado has 4 returning players from last year's squad. 4. That's it. They had 60-plus transfers. It was like 68. I think that's the number. 60-plus transfers come in. And they beat the number 17 team in the country. They were unranked. And now they're ranked 22nd. Now they got Nebraska in 2 days. We'll see how that turns out.
No, Nebraska sucks.
I'm just saying, man. Like, and I'm putting this on record. What time is it? I already said this a couple days ago, but it's 2:03. September 7th, 2023. Shedeur Sanders plays like Tom Brady. I said it. There we go.
That's a bold statement.
Plays like him.
Very bold because Brady can't run.
If you watch the game, obviously, Shedeur is going to be a little bit more athletic. He's black, but you gotta if you really just watched how comfortable he was in a pocket, like he never rushed. He always threw the right passes.
Took his time.
He I think he was 38 for 49 on passing. 38. I'm sorry, no, 39 for 48. 39 for 48. Through less than 10 completions, incompletions, less than 10 incompletions. Right? 80+%. No interceptions. 510 yards in his first FBS football game. Like that's big time, dog. But it was like his comfortability in the pocket. Like he was always making the right play. Like even when he threw it away, it was the right play. And then, god damn, could he launch that bitch? Oh my god. Yo, the first two passes he threw to Travis Hunter, I thought were gonna be like the biggest plays of the year. Launching damn near 60 yards down the field. Travis catches it, loses it on the drop. But I mean, like, Shedeur's got a future, man. Shedeur's got a future. He's a competent quarterback. Confident. He's composed. He's extremely composed. Doesn't get too high, doesn't get too low. He knows his job. He knows his ability. Heisman watch.
And
they ain't giving it to Caleb Williams again. They ain't gonna give it to a black dude twice. Trust me. It's not gonna happen.
So I was reading up on something really quick, and just to make sure that I wasn't wrong in this, but Shedeur Sanders is obviously also Deion Sanders' son, who's a better coach to have than his own father? Like learning from the best right then and there. I mean, he keeps this up, he's going to be a problem. I don't know about Tom Brady problem, but he's going to be a problem.
Yeah, then let's not get my comment misconstrued here, people, because I know you know how people will be. In terms of play style, yes. In terms of play style, yes. Watch him play. In terms of I think his mentality when he gets on the field, yes. His leadership qualities, yes. Is he going to be as great as Tom Brady? Probably not, but who
To be
knows?
determined. To be
You never
determined.
know. You never know. You never know. They don't want to. They don't want to see another Sanders shining. The media's not going to like that.
No.
They ain't going to like that.
What I will say is I'm glad that at least one quarterback did great because, man, I was at the Rutgers game on Sunday, the college football game there. And when I tell you I've never been more disappointed in a quarterback, I don't care that they beat Northwestern by a very large margin. It was like 40-something to 7. Watching that quarterback play, I don't even know his fucking name, to be honest with you. I think he's a freshman. Terrible. His reads were pretty off at times, especially when it came to like what the play breaking down in front of him. Because if you think about it, he had stretches of wide open grass to run, and he chooses to stay in the pocket and get sacked or just completely throw the ball away. Like, I'm comparing apples to oranges in different conferences, but still, I watched one guy completely killed on the field and Shadur Sanders, and then the Rutgers quarterback. I was pretty let down. I was very let down, actually.
Yeah, Penn State's quarterback did pretty good for the most part. The Sean Clifford era is over. There's this guy named Drew Aller. I think he's a freshman. I don't know, I think true freshman maybe, but no, not true freshman. Like a sophomore. He was either redshirt last year and is a freshman this year, or just a sophomore. But he did pretty good for the most part. I did not expect Penn State to win the way they did.
Did they win? How much did they win by?
Enough to cover the spread, which had people in a frenzy on Twitter. A good bit of people had West Virginia plus 20.5, whatever. I'm talking with literally 6 seconds left. They brought out the backups and they marched down the field. They got to the goal line and then they scored a touchdown and they covered the spread with 6 seconds left. But yeah, for the most part, Penn State did good. I'm just waiting for them to lose to Ohio State and Michigan like they do every year.
So, out of curiosity, did you bet on that game when the spread was covered, or no?
Oh yeah.
You know,
I bet on Colorado and Penn State.
I have an idea. I think Hoochieman should have a segment where he's talking about betting for a minute or two and what teams to pick. I think that'd be good because you do pretty well for yourself betting, for what I understand. So
here and there.
I mean, here and there, yeah, but I mean, you do pretty well. I think you should do a betting segment at some point on the show.
Maybe a little bit. I could throw out some tweets. We'll see how well that does. But yeah, tonight's going to be a good night for all of us, regardless of gambling or football watchers, sports watchers, because the NFL's back. Got the Chiefs and the Lions tonight to kick off the 2023 season. Guys, what are your thoughts heading into the season? Any predictions? Anyone that we should be keeping an eye out for?
I would like to see the Cincinnati Bengals finally make it to the Super Bowl again because I'm a big Joe Burrow fan. I enjoy watching him play. I just wish his team was Joe Burrow, exactly. I like Jamar Chase, but I think he's still on there. Like Jamar Chase, everyone else on the receiving core, I enjoy watching. I just want to see them win. I want to see them, and I want to see the Bills finally break out of that because I like members of each team, and it sucks that they have so much potential, but for some reason can't pull it together when they need it most, in my opinion. As far as the Giants go, which is my team, I don't expect a whole lot, to be honest. If we make the playoffs, I would expect a first round exit, if anything. But we're building on something big for the future, I believe. That is, even though they fucking got Saquon Barkley at the very last possible second, I think they almost put a franchise tag on him, or they did put a franchise tag on him. Do you remember, Hunter?
It's either that or they gave him a 1-year deal.
Yeah, they gave him like a 1 or 2 year deal for a decent amount of money, which I don't agree with entirely because I feel like they could have given him much more for a longer period of time, but that's neither here nor there. So as far as the Giants go, I expect decency out of them. I don't expect the world. I think if Mike was here, he'd be shitting on me, but he would be because he, as the Eagles fan, which I actually have more expectations for the Eagles than I do for the Giants because I don't think they'll make it to the Super Bowl again, personally, but I think they'll probably make it to the Eastern Conference Finals.
What?
What?
I mean, you're talking basketball here? Or?
Oh, well, not the Eastern Conference.
The
You know what I
NFC
mean?
Championship.
The NFC Championship.
Yeah.
Why the fuck did I see? I don't know why I said Eastern Conference Finals, but the NFC Championship is my is where I think that their story ends this year.
I know how it is, man. Brady's not playing, so no football for me, man. No football for me. I watch Aaron Rodgers play just because he's just, an hour away now, but that's about it, man. Dak Prescott, I know he's ass. Jimmy Garoppolo, he needs to stop messing with porn stars. Derek Carr, he's old. Daniel Jones, he's ass. Josh Allen, he overrated. I'm sorry. Like, dog, you had these great teams, you still can't win shit. No, he's overrated. Justin Fields, motherfucker better be glad he's fast.
He also plays for an absolute shit fucking team in the Bears.
Team. What's the love dude's name? The dude to replace Aaron Rodgers? Yeah, I mean, come on, dog, just give it up. Put the cleats. I don't know who's the quarterback for the Jaguars now. Who is it?
Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence. All right, fake Jesus looking motherfucker. Fuck him. Buccaneers. Wait, who's on the Buccaneers now? Teddy Bridgewater?
They got Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, I was gonna say Baker Mayfield's on the Bucs now.
I mean, congratulations. They ain't going nowhere.
They had their greatness. They had their one little bit of greatness with Brady for a few years. And
Deshaun Watson.
He brought up Deshaun Watson. There he goes.
He brought up Deshaun Watson, and he got kicked out of the fucking stream.
Wow.
Ain't that some shit?
I swear. Who is keeping tabs on us this much?
I swear to God. First, it was who did. When did this happen the first time?
Gosh, this happened quite a few times. But
this happened quite a few times. No, James Harden. I think Mike said something about James Harden, and he got kicked. That's funny. But but seriously though, Deshaun Watson. Do we expect anything out of him?
With how big his contract was, yeah, you have to expect something out of him. I mean, 260-some million all guaranteed? It
For real.
changed. His quarterback changed his contract changed the way that other quarterbacks are going to go through with contract negotiations, because now everyone's going to be like, I want $40 million a year. If Daniel Jones can get it, why can't I get it? And that's no knock to Daniel Jones. Credit to him. He got his money, but it just the Deshaun contract set the market back a lot.
I still don't think, listen, as a Giants fan, I still don't think Daniel Jones deserved that much money. I don't. He had one good year out of the 3 or 4 years he was playing for the team as a rookie.
Yeah, but look at what he's been through to go through and get to that top that he got to, like the playoffs. Him, Brian, and helps to have an offensive coordinator back, the head coach back, and key pieces to the offense back, and not to mention they got Darren Waller too, which that's going to help their tight end out a lot. The wide receivers, they're really shaky on, from what I can see, but we had a decent receiving core, but we also had a bunch of guys that got hurt early on in the season, like Slayton got hurt pretty bad early in the season, and a couple other people that I don't even think I even knew kind of stepped up. So that was good. But, out of there, I expect decency out of them, like I said. Like, Mike's like, oh, you're just saying that. You're just saying that. Mm-hmm. Giants suck. Giants are this. Giants are that. As a fucking Eagles fan. But let's be honest. I'm just being realistic here. I am being genuinely realistic. If we make the playoffs, which I think we could, it's a first or second round exit. Second round at best. First round at, where I see them going. And that's it. But I still don't think I think the Eagles will make it to the NFC Championship and lose to whatever team is going to be better than them, which
God forbid it's anything like the Cowboys, because Lord knows that the Cowboys do not need to go to the Super Bowl ever again in our lifetime. But for you, the Steelers, how do you feel about the Steelers? By the way, for everybody that's wondering, Dante's fucking power went out mid-podcast. That's wild.
Someone from Deshaun's team was watching in, and he saw, okay, this guy's talking trash on everyone. Every single quarterback, except, Rodgers, I'll watch him. Joseph Field, he better be glad that he's fast. Then Deshaun Watson, nope! And cut his power out.
Jailed him. They cut his power out and everything, man. They did him dirty. Shit, man.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't know. We don't know if Daint's going to be coming back, but if he does, we will be here. However, as I was saying, and I'm sorry I cut you off there, your Pittsburgh Steelers, how do you feel?
Oh, yeah. I'm feeling pretty good about them. Second year under Kenny Pickett. Everyone's healthy. Got key pieces coming back. Upgraded offensive line. And no one's talking about them. They're under the radar. Like, no one's saying this, that. Oh, they're going to finish last in the division. Really? Said that last year.
Who's in the division again?
Browns, Bengals, Ravens.
I could see you maybe finishing second or third.
Well, they finished third last year. Well, we were going to finish last. And that we weren't going to have a winning record. And
I was
they had a
going to
winning
say,
record last year.
You almost fucking cost Mike Tomlin a winning record, which you would have been memed to death if that happened.
Not really. I mean, look at the stats. They were like 1-7 without TJ Watt, or 1-6 with TJ Watt. They were 8-2. If TJ Watt stays healthy, Steelers are going to the Super Bowl.
Well, that's the thing. TJ Watt's got to stay healthy now, doesn't he?
He's got to stay healthy. Not to mention, you got Pat Peterson coming in, giving a voice for the locker room for the defensive end, and a mentor for JPJ, Joey Porter Jr. Not to mention, you still got Minka in there. Then you got Alex Highsmith, very underrated defensive end, was top 5 in sacks last year. Didn't make the Pro Bowl. That's fine. Got a big extension in the offseason. Count that worked out because, hey, if you're going to double team TJ Watt, you're going to leave someone else on the other end one-on-one, and he wins those battles. Or you double team him, and then you leave TJ Watt one-on-one. Well, that's up to you. And you got the defensive line. You got Cam Hayward. You got Larry Ogunjobi. Got just so much depth on the side. Not to mention a revamped linebacker core. That's going to be key too. And the offense. Let's talk about the offense. This guy, Pickens, breakout season. I can see it.
You think Pickett's going to have a breakout?
Oh, hell yeah, absolutely.
I think he'll do pretty good. He has some tough competition as far as like your division goes, but I'm not sure what the rest of your schedule is like the whole year. So,
let me just say this.
He'll do pretty good, I think.
The Browns are the Browns. They suck.
That is
Bengals.
True. It's the Browns.
Bengals will probably split games with. Ravens, we're going to sweep them. Lamar Jackson sucks against the Steelers. The only time he's beaten them was back in 2019 when we were already down from Ben Roethlisberger to Mason Rudolph, and then he got hurt mid-game, and then we had to put in Duck Hodges. He was on the practice squad at one point, and then they just chucked him in. And you know what? That game went to overtime, and they had to rely on a Justin Tucker field goal to win that. Other than that, Lamar Jackson sucks against the Steelers.
Speaking of Lamar Jackson, he made a big stink about him getting extended all season. Do you think that he did get extended, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, he got paid.
How do you think that's going to work out in the Ravens' favor now? All that money, and God forbid they don't make the Super Bowl. Because let's be honest, I think Lamar Jackson's a Super Bowl caliber quarterback. It's just a matter of him staying healthy, and then an ego.
Well, really, you got to look at if the offensive line is good enough to hold back when they're doing the read option, because Lamar's going to run, Gus Edwards going to run, J.K. Dobbins going to run. They got good guys there. Not to mention they signed OBJ. They got Mark Andrews, who's healthy again. Maybe Rashad Bateman. They got Zay Flowers. Yeah, Zay Flowers, rookie receiver they drafted. It'll be interesting to see how those components go because Lamar not really that good of a passer, but he has flashes here and there, but it's his run game that keeps him going. So it'll be interesting how that
It's the run
happens.
game that keeps the entire offense going.
Oh, yeah.
Let's be honest. But I forgot that they had OBJ. I was really disappointed that we didn't pick up OBJ, to be honest. I don't know how much money he was asking. I heard that there were meetings, but I'm disappointed the Giants could not pick up OBJ for one more run. Because I don't know why he left the first time. I guess it was whatever issues were going on there, money, not enough targets, anything along those lines. But I wanted him to have one more run because Giants fans loved him. And it's a shame that he has to now go to the AFC.
Until he gets hurt again.
Until he gets hurt again. God forbid. We don't want that to happen, though. Let's be fair.
No, but it just seems realistic. I mean, he's torn his ACL twice.
He has? Twice?
Yeah.
The same one or two different ones?
No, I think it was the same one. He did it once with Cleveland, and he did it in the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I was going to say, I know he hurt himself in the Super Bowl. I forgot the time he got hurt in Cleveland. So,
yep.
Anyhow, so I mean, that seems pretty good. I mean, I think we all have, outside of Dante, we all have some high hopes for our teams, or at least reasonably high hopes for all of our teams. Everybody get ready for the fucking season because I'm sure me and Mike are going to be going at it back and forth for the entire time, at least before the Eagle-Giants games.
I'll be here too, jumping my football IQ in the Steelers, this team right here. Wait, there we go.
There you go.
Here. They're going to the Super Bowl. Like I mentioned last year.
They were going to the Super Bowl.
They are. I mean, I could see it happening. If they stay healthy, and it very clearly, TJ Watt is the defense. If he stays healthy, they're having at least a winning record. Okay, a winning record. I can see them winning at least 10 games. The record I see them being is 12-5. Will it be good enough for the division? Probably not. But they have a super young team, good offensive line revamped. Like I mentioned, they got Pickens, they got Deontay Johnson, they got Pat Freiermuth, they got Calvin Austin III. You real Steeler fans know who Calvin Austin is. He missed all of his rookie season last year with an injury. He is super speedy, super quick. Not to mention the running backs. I didn't even talk about the running backs. They got a 1-2 punch in Najee Harris and Jalen Warren.
I forgot
Jalen Warren is a 5'8" undrafted running back from Oklahoma State who can just turn it up. When he gets that opening, he can just tear it up. And a lot of good things happen. I didn't even talk about the backup tight end, Darnell Washington, 6'8" tight end that they drafted from Georgia. And he was a beast there. I mean, you saw it in the championship game. He balled out for Georgia. And somehow he dropped to the Steelers because of injury concerns, which all I've heard from camp is how much of a dog he is. But yeah, I got very high hopes on the Steelers this year, and I think that if everyone stays healthy, all the key pieces, that this year will be their year, and they go back to the Super Bowl and add a 7th Lombardi trophy to their title. And I talked about that last year with the Eagles and Jalen Hurts. I got proof on that because I talked about it on this podcast. I said,
you are the resident Bromigos historian, so I'm sure that proof is there somewhere.
I said that Jalen Hurts is going to have a good season and that the Eagles are going to be better than what teams or people make them out to be. And look what happened. Jalen Hurts had arguably an MVP season, and the Eagles went to the Super Bowl. I said don't sleep on him.
I will say,
you can sleep on them this year, though. I don't think they'll make it back to the Super Bowl.
No, I don't think so either. And Mike will probably shit on us for saying that, but
I mean,
I don't think it's hard. Mike said it himself when we did the Bleach Bros episode, or B Word said that to him or something, and he didn't have any quarrels about that when they said it. It's very hard to do a back-to-back run, and I think the only other teams I can know of that have done that is like at least recent times is the Patriots, because the Patriots did a few back-to-back runs, right?
Seahawks too.
Seahawks as well. So
it's hard. I mean, we saw how good the Bengals were, and we're like, oh, they'll be back. They're so good. No, it's tough. So if they do it, then good for them. Maybe they can finish the job off and maybe not get called with a holding on Juju.
I will say this, bud. I mean, for Jalen Hurts specifically, I do hope he wins the Super Bowl, because I hate the Eagles with a passion. Everybody knows I hate the Eagles, and Mike knows I hate the Eagles. But I would genuinely like to see someone like Jalen Hurts win a Super Bowl, whether it's for the Eagles. Unfortunately, that would have to be the case, or another team. I think he deserves it. I like him as a player. He seems like a good guy, like as far as like a person goes. Like he's just someone that you want to root for. Because you said this last year, or you mentioned this last year during our in-studio episodes. People were saying that Jalen Hurts wasn't the guy. Lo and behold, Jalen Hurts is the guy for the Eagles.
I could
you said he was the guy.
Absolutely. I wanted him over Chase Claypool, which look at how good that went, which actually it turned into the first overall pick in the second round, which we took Joey Porter Jr. with. So I guess it worked out somewhat okay for the Steelers. But yeah, back then on draft night, I wanted Jalen Hurts over Chase Claypool. And I could just tell that he's a guy. I mean, I've watched Ben Roethlisberger be quarterback my whole life for the Steelers. And that Jalen Hurts is a guy that could throw, could run, obviously, and we saw that last year. And I saw the vision.
Yep. And I think everybody else sees the vision now, and I think anybody that still doubts Jalen Hurts is a fucking dumbass. But that's just a different story for a different time. And the only time I'll ever want to doubt Jalen Hurts is when he's facing the Giants. So, because I want to believe it deep in my soul, my black heart, that Danny Dimes is better than Jalen Hurts. Said no one ever. And I think that is a good way to end this episode because, and unfortunately, I guess Dante is not going to be making it back. Rest in peace to his power. But this has been episode 52 of a very eventful, to say the least, Bromigos podcast. We appreciate everybody for checking us out. We appreciate all the support. If you please can follow us on your favorite podcasting platforms, including, but not limited to, Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeart, Good Pods, TuneIn, whole 9 yards. We have a bunch of podcasting platforms. Pandora, as we discovered last week, we're on Pandora still. So give us a follow, check us out, download the episodes, leave feedback. There's a multitude of different avenues for you to leave feedback. Spotify and Apple are the ones I check most of the time specifically anyway. But please leave feedback and tell us what you think of the show. We would greatly appreciate it. Follow us on Twitter. I'm never calling it X. Go fuck yourself. At Bromigos Pod. Instagram and Facebook, The Bromigos Pod. TikTok, The Bromigos Podcast. How about you tell them about the YouTube?
Well, if you don't subscribe to the YouTube, you'll get the same treatment that Dante got with Deshaun Watson's lawyers coming in, snapping his power off, and maybe they'll force you to give Deshaun a massage and a little finger up his bum. Just ask the masseuses now in Houston. They know all about it.
Listen, man, you don't want that to happen to you. Subscribe now to the Bromigos YouTube channel to see all the craziness that happens on this show. And last, but certainly not least, check out our Full Swap Radio syndication site. That's also in our link tree and all of our social medias. Sundays at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, so please adjust it to your standard time zone when you want to listen to our show on there. We appreciate them for supporting us and continuing to support us, no matter how out of pocket we may get. Any final words, Hoochieman?
Yeah, about that whole Deshaun thing, you don't want to be giving him a massage, and then he's like, I want a finger in my bum, okay? And then you do it, and then it turns into the Delta plane incident where he's got diarrhea flowing.
Stop. No. I'm ending it now. I was going to say something wholesome. I'm ending it now. Go fuck yourself. No one gets any wholesome shit out of me. Terrible. Goodbye, everybody.
You've been listening to the Bromigos podcast.
Fuck you, and I'll see you tomorrow.